Hi guys, this is Eddie from Eddie's Coaching, and today I thought I'd give you a quick video on closing in sales. Now, I went to 3 different stores today, and this is why I'm doing this video, because I had actually an interesting anecdotal experience. And I was trying to buy some camera equipment. Now, at each different store, they all had the same products, they all had the ability to sell me them, but I only purchased at the last store. Now, I was asking myself when I walked away from this, why did it take me 3 customer service experiences to make that simple sale? I walked into the first store knowing exactly what I wanted. I knew the store had it, and all I wanted was to literally hand my money over and have the store clerk say, yep, this is the option you need. We can order it, or here it is in your hand, and thank you very much, take away the sale. Now, what happened was, the first store that I went into was a camera store. I was trying to buy some audio equipment, a pin-on microphone so that I could do better audio for these videos for you guys. And I also wanted a standalone mic and a few other bits and pieces. Now, I went into the store. I knew they had all this stuff because I went online, checked their website. I was ready to buy. So this wasn't a case like a normal sales presentation where the store clerk would, in the presentation of the sale, break down any barriers. I was ready to purchase. This was bread and butter sales. And the strangest thing happened. I walked in and I said, look, I know you guys have got these items. Which one would you advise me to take? And was literally ready to be closed. And the store clerk gave me this long spiel about how they didn't have what I would need, and I should go online and buy something from a company that they actually sold within the store, so they could have ordered in for me. But he actually convinced me not to buy at the time. So then I walked out thinking, okay, that's weird. I really just want to get this closed today. Perhaps they didn't have it, or I wasn't exactly sure. So I went to the next camera store in a different location and found it was the same branded store. So it was the same company, but at just a different location camera store. And the strangest thing happened. I went in there as well, ready to buy. This store was a little bit larger, had all the stuff in stock, and the staff there just didn't really know what to do with me. They were like, oh, we've got this stuff, and I was asking them questions about the products and they just didn't have any product knowledge. So in the end, I sort of bought one small item and walked out. The third store I went to was another audio store that had everything I needed. And when I walked in and I said to the guy, look, I want to buy X item, B item, C item, he just looked at me and said, yeah, no worries, we've got all that stuff. Here it is. It'll cost you $300. Here's your items. Put them on the counter. Shook hands. He gave me a little bit of a spiel about how to use stuff, and off I went on my merry way. Now, he didn't have any more product knowledge than any of the other guys. This guy was just ready to take my money and give me products. Now, where did the other companies fail? Or where did the other store clerks fail? Right? They failed because they just weren't ready to close those sales efficiently. Now, they're bread and butter sales. Well, the ones, usually you're going to have to do some sort of presentation to people, presenting the product, convincing them that it's worth it, convincing them that money's not an issue, creating some value. But in the case of someone who just wants to hand their money over for a product and there is very little work to be done, it's all about closing. Now, if you're running a business or you're a manager in a retail environment, you need to get your store clerks closing people who are walking in to pay money over the counter. This is not something where you can just let these sales walk out the door. 2 different companies today lost $300 worth of sales in an instant, in a blink of an eye, because they had a customer who they didn't recognize. The most important thing was my time. I just didn't want to spend hours trying to find equipment. All I wanted is someone to say, this is what you need, here it is, off you go, swipe your card, off you go. Okay? So the third store I went to managed to do that, and they got my money. Now, this isn't something where you would think that would be a very common thing. You would think when you go into a store and you want to buy a product and you're just ready to hand cash over, that store clerks it would be a rarity that they would do this. But actually, this is something that I've found recently is very, very common. It happened to me when I went to buy a car. I was ready to walk in, swipe, purchase, and an endless presentation went on. And so the point is, guys, we do have presenting skills and we do have sales processes, but at some point you've got to be able to understand when resistance has come to zero, that's the time to close. And if someone walks in off the street and their resistance is close to zero, close down any quick objections they have and close them on the spot. You can skip the sales process if people are ready to be closed. And that's something that you really need to be teaching your sales staff, or if you're a salesman, recognizing in the field. So it's just a little observation for today's short video. I'm sure you guys got something out of that. I know, like, it was a bit of a mind blow for me, and it's something I'd never thought of as a salesman. But looking at other sales staff as I go around purchasing things, it just becomes blindingly obvious when you're analyzing a sale. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'd love to hear any comments or experiences you guys have had, so pop them in the comments below. I'll see you next time.